Dang, dang, dang.
Hopefully.
All right, let me get my camera angle changed up a little bit.
Dog had something stuck to his face. I didn't know what it was.
That thing's awful bright. Chop Noxie. Let's see. Is that better? Not so pale skinned.
There you go.
All right, we should be live. Looks like we got a few people watching. Let me double check that it's live on YouTube.
Nice.
For those that are already tuned in, welcome.
Yeah, I got a notice on my phone that popped up that when it said you were live.
Oh, that's awesome. So notifications are working. It's going to be a cool little live tonight, guys. Not a whole lot going on, but we're going to talk about some different stuff. Got some cool things here next to me. I'm sure Jay does too. Did the optics come in today?
They didn't. They did not come in today.
Darn.
Hopefully, it won't be before too long that they come in. I've already got. I mean, they're already on the website and live, like for orders and stuff like that. I'm waiting on, just waiting on the order to come in. I got tracking for it and it shipped and all that stuff. They just haven't got here yet. So. Dude, I didn't realize how much cheaper that Magpul PRS Lite is over the regular version. Uh-oh, we lost Opie. Seems like about every live we always lose him in some way. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll hold on. Hopefully we'll get him back here soon. We'll jump into this.
That was awesome.
There we go.
Well, like right when I try to start a live, really, my internet wants to do that.
Man, it seems like about every single live you get lost at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went over to click on a web page and I saw it act unresponsive, and I was like, "Oh God!" And then all of a sudden, everything just went blank.
Damn. Well, no, what I said was I didn't realize how much cheaper the PRS Lite is over the regular PRS.
That stock we were looking at
Yeah, it's
before.
like half price.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought my initial thoughts were I was like, oh well, it's cheaper because you don't get as much of the adjustment. But no, like it's still length of pole adjustment and still height like cheek well adjustment. Like, so I don't understand like why you would spend double the money for a regular PRS anymore then.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of differences that I saw. That's why I was kind of considering that one.
I mean, the regular PRS has the little, the turn knobs or whatever to make the adjustments a little bit easier, but like, I mean, I'm sure this one is easy to adjust.
Pull it up if you're looking at it on a web page.
I'm looking at it on RSO right now.
Oh.
But like, I don't know. It just it seems like a decent stock for half the money, you know what I mean? And you're still getting that precision, adjustable comb height and adjustable length of pole. Like, I just don't get why you would want to spend double. I mean, I think the regular PRS, I want to say they're like 230 or 250, so you're right at double the price.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's up, Zach? All right, so what's behind you in that box?
Oh, I've got one of the Arkin scopes here.
Which one's that?
It is the SH4 4-16 MOA.
So that is the lesser powered of the ones we were talking about, because the SP5 is the.
Yeah, so they have two product lines. They have a SH4 and an EP5. They're two like product lines that they offer.
Mm-hmm.
And then within the SH4, they have the 4-16 and the 6-24. And then they have the mill and MOA. So I mean, it's a pretty rock solid optic.
Yeah, it is. Looks
I
awesome.
mean, I think the 6-24 is a little bit longer. But they're both 34 mil tubes. I mean, look at how large those numbers are, though. Like, to me, like, that's what, like, it's so easy to tell where your adjustments are just because of how large those numbers are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So,
yeah, I think I might have to snag one of those ones you got since you're an official dealer now for them.
Yeah, I've been impressed with them. I mean, like, you know me, just like everything else, it's the value for the money. Is there a better scope out? Like, is the Vortex Razor the 4.5 to 27? Is it better? Yeah, sure. There's no denying it, but like that's also like a $3,000 optic.
That's true. What is that one?
And this one's 425.
That's crazy.
And then 450 for the 6-24. But that that includes the mount and the throw lever and the flip caps and the bubble level and all that stuff too in that price.
So with time and innovation over the last few years, is Vortex not necessarily one of the cheaper options anymore?
They have some of the cheaper options, like the Vortex Venom line. Their Venom 5-25, I want to say street price is about $500 for that. But that's just the optic. That doesn't include your mount or any of your other accessories.
Would you think that the Arkin's better than that?
I wouldn't say it's better, but I would say that they are the same. I would put them equal. But you're looking at, if you buy Vortex's mount, you're looking at $700 for the Venom 5-25, or you're looking at $500 for the EP5. So
EP5. What did I say? SP5?
EP5, yeah. Or actually, no, hold on. I compared the Venom to the SH4. So you're looking at $450 for the SH4 kit versus $700 for the Venom, and you're not getting your throw lever, flip caps, and bubble level. So add another $60-$70 for that stuff. So you're talking about $300 cheaper for what I would say is the same quality. So to me, it's kind of a no-brainer there.
Yeah, same here.
I like the Arkins. I don't have any complaints about them. So not yet.
We just need to get it on a real true torture test going.
Well, I think Iraq Veteran did a pretty heavy torture test on them a few years back.
They held up pretty well.
They threw it on a scar and did a bunch of rounds through it. They threw it on like a big chunk of metal that they mounted a Picatinny rail to, and they like threw it off the top of a truck and like all different kinds of stuff.
That's pretty awesome.
So, I mean, again, for a $450 optic, it's hard to beat for that price.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So,
I'm excited. I think I'm going to get that EP5. And then explain, because this is something I'm ignorant about. What is the difference between MOA and mil on the reticle?
all it is mil and MOA. It's just a different way to measure the same distance. So 1 mil is 10 centimeters at 100 meters is 1 mil. 1 MOA is roughly 1 inch at 100 yards.
Okay, here I found something.
I think that's right. I think it's 10 centimeters. Let me double. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I've been using MOA for a long time.
So let me find a better picture. Maybe this one.
Well, yeah, this is probably a good article because it's not necessarily a difference in the reticle. So the Arkin reticle is the same whether it's mil or MOA. However, it's measures different, like on the lines of the reticle, you're going to have different numbers because they're going to equal different measurements. So like you could, it might say 2 on the MOA where it's a 2, like to this line is 2 MOA, but that same line in that same place is, 3 mils or whatever the conversion is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just a different way to measure the same thing.
Gotcha.
The reason why a lot of people like mils is because when you are doing math for distance and stuff, it's a lot easier because you're dealing in tenths of an inch or in tenths versus in like a quarter of an inch.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why a lot of people like the easier math because you're dealing with tens and hundreds and thousands versus X number of inches or X number of yards.
Gotcha. What's MRAD stand for?
Mil radian.
Okay.
Mil.
That's pretty cool. Learn something new every day.
So if you're like, so your adjustments on the Arkin is a quarter MOA per click. So there'd be a quarter of an inch at 100 yards, half of an inch at 200 yards, 3/4 of an inch at 300 yards, yada, yada, yada. Whereas with a mil, it's a tenth of a mil at 100, or it's a tenth of a mil. So that is roughly 3/8 of an inch at 100 yards. So if I need to dial, 3/4 of an inch for my adjustment, 2 clicks and I'm there. If I'm using a mil scope versus 3 clicks if I'm using an MOA scope.
That makes sense.
So it's just a different unit of measurement for the same distance or the same measurement, just a different unit of measurement.
The MRAD, I'm assuming, is older.
No, I don't think so. I know the military's been using mils for a long time. I don't know I don't know how far back, but that's what a lot of military reticles are, and they use mils, and so a lot of guys, that were snipers or stuff like that will get out, and that's what they're used to using, so that's what they keep using. I say if you've never used either one, it doesn't matter which one you pick because you can learn either one, but if you've been using one consistently, then stick with it.
Have you ever sold a mil spec scope?
Yeah. there's some guys that like shooting mills. There's some guys that like shooting MOA. It's all kind of relative to what you like to do, what you're used to shooting. So
Yeah. Hell yeah.
that's what it boils down to. Like all the Swamp Fox optics, those LPVOs that you have, those are all MOA. So if that's what you're used to, you can stick with an MOA and nothing will change for you.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'd probably stick with the MOA.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I'm excited to get that arcade and hurry up and get that 308 done. And
that's going to be a good one.
So now that I have the bolt and the optic, what else am I missing? Just the little parts of the brake?
Yeah, all those parts we talked about in that phone call that you had in the cart that one day.
Oh yeah, it's mostly stock, right?
Stock and buffer kits, and we got upper lower rail, barrel, we got the brake. We basically have all the upper parts except for the charging handle.
Charging handle, that's what it was.
So, yeah. And then have most of the lower parts is just stock and trigger, and depending on what you want to do for trigger and all that stuff.
Cool. And that's just a normal drop-in trigger for that?
Yeah, you can use there's some companies like Elfman makes a specific AR-10 trigger. They just put some heavier power like hammer springs in it to make sure that like it's going to ignite if you're using like some old military 308 or something like that. So they have some harder primers sometimes. So
gotcha.
I got most of the stuff to do Charles SBR 308. So
do you have his receiver and rail and barrel?
Yep.
Is it together? Like just
no.
Does it look funky or does it look cool?
Dude, I'm so sick of AR-10 stuff. Like, because there's just shit mismatched. I'm gonna have to do some mod to the rail to make it look a little bit better.
Was it just too long?
A little bit, yeah. But I got a good idea for it, and I mean every company does. Huh?
What rail is that?
It's a Midwest. I don't remember the model, but it was hard. It's hard to find a 12-inch low profile AR-10 rail. So I scoured the internet for like 3 hours trying to find like a decent one that's in stock. That was the hard part, was the in stock.
Yeah.
So I think I found like a real shit quality one. You know, it was like one of them like $50 like China rails, and I was like, no, we ain't doing that.
Can't do that to Charles. You got to charge him full price for something. You can't get off that easy.
So, and then I did find an SLR rail at one point, but now those weren't in stock anymore. Those things are like $250, something like that.
Yeah.
So I found this Midwest one in stock, and I think it was like $150. So I was like, let's go with that one. But it has this weird little nub like on the Picatinny rail, and I think because Midwest did something funky with their AR-10 uppers that mated with their rails. Well, if you've got a different brand upper, then it ain't going to work as well with that rail because they did something different. So I was like, screw it. I'll figure it out. I will make it look nice. I can make it happen. So
there's an actual nub on the back side, like where it connects to the upper?
Yeah. Look. Right there. See that?
Yeah.
Isn't that goofy?
So are you gonna trim that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll probably just put it in the machine and machine
take
that
off like a very what is that, about a quarter of an inch maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
That way it just sits closer to the receiver.
Yep.
Because you're not even touching anything else besides that top pick rail, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I'll just machine a little bit of that off, and then plus it's a little bit longer. So it says it's a 12-inch rail. It's actually a 12 and 3/8 rail, and then you add in that little nub, and it makes it like 12 and 5/8, almost 12 and 3/4.
Hey.
So it's actually longer than the barrel, the 12.5-inch barrel. or sticks out past the barrel.
They should probably talk about that.
So,
was it in the fine print?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was, but like you see 12-inch rail and you expect like 12 inches.
Yeah.
Like don't put 12-inch rail and it's actually 12 and a half. Like no, that's not. You call it a 12 and a half inch rail then.
I prepared myself for 12, not 12 and a half.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Oh God.
I'm so over AR-10s, man.
Well, once you get mine done, I don't know if I'll ever do another one besides like an upper and stuff, and I can usually.
Yeah, but like yours is easy though because the upper, the rail, the bolt, all that stuff's all from the same company. So like that shit just works together easily. Charles has to be difficult with his left-handed shit.
He is difficult. He just, I don't know what it is about lefties, man.
No, it's because there's not a whole lot of it out there. I mean, it was for this upper and BCG was like $400. So,
yeah,
but they're one of only like 2 companies that are making lefty AR-10 uppers. So,
what do you think of the Prodigy, dog?
I think it's probably overpriced.
At $14.99.
Like, which isn't there? There's another company that's been making double stack 1911s for a while. Like, they're not new.
Bull
Armory.
Yeah.
Are they about? They're about that same price, aren't they?
Supposedly. Now, I always thought they were a lot more, but maybe they've just started coming down more.
I don't know.
Left-handed equals disabled is what Trent said. I really hope Charles is watching.
And didn't those come with what? They come with some weird like optic footprint, don't they?
Yeah, so this one had the AOS, which is the agency optic system.
Yeah, but that's designed to be a multi optic, so that's not a bad thing.
No, but it only comes with theirs.
Yeah, and isn't it not that? What comes like? What brand is it again?
This fits their own type of optic called the Hex line of optics, and this one's the Dragonfly. So it'll fit the Dragonfly or the Wasp, but it won't fit anything else.
See, why wouldn't they like include something else? You know what I mean? Like,
you know what's crazy? We were at Smoky Mountain when I got my SIG yesterday, and it kind of shocked me. I mean, it shocked me a little bit, but it wasn't really like, oh, I can't believe it. It was just like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. Shocking. The 320 that I bought only came with the SIG optic system mounting. So I have to buy a plate to put an RMR or a 507 on this one.
Yep. The SIG Romeo optics aren't terrible.
Now, I have a couple red dot, like rifle red dots, and they're some of my favorites. So
yeah, they're not terrible. I mean,
but supposedly it only fits the Romeo 1. Like they had the 2, 3, and 4 there in stock, but the Romeo 1 was the only one that they didn't, and it's the only one that this will fit supposedly.
Isn't there like a Romeo 3 as a pistol dot too? I think.
Yeah, there's a 1, 2, 3, and I believe even a 4 because they had 2, 3, 4 there.
But it's a different mount between like that's. What is SIG doing? Like you're making different pistol optics, but
this all happened very quick, so I could be wrong. Zach might know more too because he's kind of a SIG guy. Aren't they using the agency plates for it on the
Prodigy? Yeah,
Prodigy, absolutely, yes.
But it's what's coming. It's the plate that's coming with it. That's what I was thinking of.
Look how funky this thing looks,
dude. That's really goofy.
Right? It's like
so that's like a 26 frame with a 17 slide. Is that basically what that amounts to?
Yeah, pretty similar. Okay. Those that don't know, this is the Amin 2 frame. So the cool thing about SIG, guys, is that your fire control group is actually your serialized part. So you can swap out any frame simply by pulling your takedown pin out. Your fire control group comes right out. It takes like literally less than 2 minutes to swap frames with any of your 365s, 320s, etc. So very, very cool concept that I believe SIG is definitely ahead of everybody else with on that. But the the Amend 2 frame is really cool because it takes a 320 frame, hi Lola, 320 fire control group, but it uses P365 magazines.
Nice.
So more options for mags, but you get that very like micro grip. But you got
awesome.
almost unlimited options on your slide.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it looks funky. It's like cyberpunk-esque.
I do like it though. I do dig it.
I really want to find like an ugly red dot for it. Like my first dot would be put a 507 or a 407 or something on it, but or a 509 maybe.
509 takes that has that goofy mounting like clamp system. Their new EP, what is it, EPS carry or something like that?
Oh, it's like the Acro.
Yeah, it takes the 509 takes the Acro footprint. The new one, I think it's the EPS carry, takes the 50 or 407K or 507K footprint. That smaller one.
Oh god, I gotta get tight for this one. Kentucky Ballistics would be proud, man.
Oh man, you know what I've always wanted to do? If you end up keeping that, let me Cerakote it.
I'm definitely down. If I keep a revolver, it might be this one.
Like, I've only shot 350 Legend once, and that was an AR that I built.
I don't know if y'all can see that or if it's backwards, but that says 350 Legend. Yes, that is a rifle caliber.
That's so
We're
sick,
going to be
dude.
shooting out of this revolver here.
That's so sick. I love it.
We got a question. What LPVO do you prefer for a 5.56 16-inch barrel?
Swamp Fox Arrowhead 1-10.
Have one of those. Pretty sweet optic for the price. The mounts that they have are pretty creative as well.
Their new mount I like. The old mount that I've got with my 1-8, like it works, but I'm not a huge fan. But their newest mount, I don't remember what they call it. It's not the one that has the RMR built into it, but it's light. It's very lightweight. It looks good, and it holds zero really well. Tightens up good. I really like that 1-10. In that I can't remember what they call it. I'm gonna look it up because it's driving me nuts.
And I would tell you guys, no matter what you get, warranties are a big issue. You know, if you run anything hard enough, you're going to break stuff eventually. Yep. Swamp Fox has a pretty dang good customer service team, and I've had experience with that myself. We did break a red dot; they replaced it right away. Was less than a week's time from me contacting to having the new red dot in my hand. So. Yep. Very, very good customer service. Definitely recommend them for sure.
Definitely fitting. It's the Freedom Mount is what it's called.
You got that thing pulled up?
Yep.
Add it to the screen.
Yeah, buddy.
There you go. Pull up that scope too. After you
I like the mount. It's a rock solid mount. I haven't had any issues with it. You know, it's a little bit skeletonized, so it's a little bit lighter weight, but you know, you're not sacrificing any durability there. So I like running that along with the Tomahawk. The Arrowhead. Clicked on the wrong one. The Arrowhead. I like running the 1 to 10, and then you can pick which reticle. We'll show the reticles here.
I believe I have the MOA red.
You've got the BDC.
What was the difference between that?
So there's your BDC reticle.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
got,
that's what I got.
I think if you do the 50, 200, and then 300, 400, 500, and then 600.
If I was going to redo it, I would totally get the MOA next time.
Yeah, this is their MOA. So instead of it being a X number of yardage, it's just this line is 10 MOA, this line's 20 MOA, this line's 30 MOA. And I like that too. That's probably my favorite because then you can go, all right, at 300 yards, I'm 8 MOA a drop, so I can set my 8 MOA mark on there, and boom, I'm good to go. And I think I can't remember each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of these hash marks is 2 MOA. And then they have the mill, which is basically the same as the MOA, but you get the windage points as well.
Ooh, I don't know. I might like that instead.
But remember, it's in mills, not in MOA.
I mean, is it that hard to do both? Like learn both?
No, it's not. Just as long as you know what you're doing.
I don't. You know me, I just wing it. So I'm probably not even using the science of it. I'm just going to shoot. And if I see I'm high right, I'm just going to aim low left, buddy.
That's the way I like it. So you can get all those. I mean, the reticle doesn't change the cost. If you're going 500 or if you're going 16-inch, I mean, we've proven it. You can reach out fairly easily out to 500 yards with a 16-inch 5.56. A little bit of a challenge if getting your wind calls right, but I mean for drop we were pretty dialed in every time for elevation. It was just getting the windage with the wind calls right. It was definitely easier with yours using the 1 to 10 versus using mine with the 1 to 8. You can do it with the 1 to 8, but my recommendation, if you're going the Arrowhead route, spend the extra $50 and get that 1 to 10.
Yeah, I agree. And that was a surprising difference for such a little bit of difference in between the power of the scope.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would really make a difference, but when you get behind the rifle and one's 10 power and you're looking at a 500-yard target and one's 8 power, you're looking at the same target, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
And then you got Don over there with his 6 to 24 power on his.
I'm still listening. My dog's ripping carpet up.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but
I think the arrowheads are pretty nice. That's the exact thing I got. I got the older mount.
Yep.
Works really well. I haven't changed it since I put it on. The only thing I did was I originally put that with a pistol red dot on the 45 cant, but ended up just taking that off because I usually got a sidearm or another rifle or something. So this one's a more specific purpose for me. So I've kept it the same ever since I put it on.
Yep. I sell the 1 to 10 with that mount for $575. So we're able to get them out the door.
Right here on the website is $549. So that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, that's retail. Retail on the scope itself is $549. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've liked them. I've had good luck with them. So
heck yeah, man.
Again, for the people that know me, I'm all about bang for the buck. Is the Vortex Razor 1 to 10 better than the Arrowhead? Fuck yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, but the Razor 1 to 10's like $2,600 or $2,300 or something like that. So you're talking about 4 times the price. Is it 4 times better? I don't think it's 4 times better. It's definitely better, but for me, I'm not dropping $2,000 on it. I'm going to buy this because it's going to work for me.
That's right. It's impossible to find that, is it worth 4 times the money type of standard, for testing and all that. But it would be nice if there was something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Another question. Mount for POF P415 Edge.
Hmm. Mm-mm.
I'm going. That is. I'm going straight to Google.
That is one of their. I think that's one of their 16-inch semi-auto piston gun. Maybe I think is what they are. I don't remember if they're piston or not.
Ah,
Um, I think they are, if
here,
I'm
let me
remembering correctly.
add this to my screen real quick.
Hmm. Well, I mean, which I guess it's which optic. I mean, it's because you amounts.
Okay, yeah, it's just normal mount. It looks like. For a second though, if it, does it have a side charger and a rear charger?
I don't.
I keep only seeing the right side.
I don't
No, it
think
looks like that.
so. Not that I recall. I know it's. I'm pretty sure it's a piston gun.
It's a
Kind of,
pretty yeah.
kind of
No, it's
looks
not
like
a
it.
side charger. It's just got a crazy looking.
I bet. Yeah, it looks like there's a piston underneath there. That's what I thought. I thought they were piston guns.
So that rail is actually attached to the handguard all the way across.
Oh, like it's a monolithic system.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I mean,
So what would be the concern that you would lose zero because that's somewhat
I don't think you would because the just you wouldn't lose zero because they've designed it that way. So, um, I mean, I guess it just as far as mount goes, it would just depend on like if you're are you doing a mount for a 1 to 10, or are you doing a mount for a higher power optic, or are you just throwing a red dot on it? I mean, you can use.
look at this ugly motherfucker.
Why in the world?
It's all neutered for California.
Oh, yep, it sure is. See, like, bring up that go scroll back up the one up and to the right, all the way to the right. That one. See, I mean, that's just a regular. I don't know what model of Leopold that is. I mean, that's just a regular old mount. I mean, you could use just about any company that builds good quality mounts for any type of optic. So
Nice. Yeah, so definitely nothing special. We just got to figure out which one works best. I would definitely consider the Swamp Fox mount he was talking about. Uh,
yeah, if you're gonna run those are good. You definitely anything AR. I mean, everybody's different, but like I will not put rings on an AR. I will put a one piece mount because
yeah,
they
I
look.
think nowadays it's kind of pointless to do rings. There's too much going on. Like you're eliminating one major issue with the cantilever mount.
Yep, your eye relief is a lot better with them.
Yeah,
Your head position is more comfortable shooting. I mean, it just plus I just think rings look absolutely atrocious on an AR too.
they do now. Yeah, for sure.
They
I
just
mean,
don't.
there's some things you gotta stick with rings only. Some of those bolt guns only allow you with rings, but
Yeah, sure. That I mean that makes sense because you might have a two piece rail mount there on a bolt gun or something like that. Sure, that makes sense. But on an AR, go cantilever mount one piece and you're good to go.
yeah.
So
All right, I'm gonna show everybody some cool stuff here real quick.
what do we got?
I'm gonna watch her fucking shit on live TV here in my basement and me lose it. I'm gonna show you guys this thermal,
Dude, it's crazy how much that thing looks like an EOTech.
right?
It's very
So
similar in
he
shape.
he's got this thing kind of like camo taped out, but this is the X Vision, and I can't remember the actual model off the top of my head, but I'll make sure to let you guys know if you need it. Just message me. But this thing is freaking cool, guys. So I'm gonna go through several different settings and stuff here on this thing. But let's see if we can get it to actually focus for you. Main part would be just come on and focus. Not focus very well, is it?
No, it's not.
Just catching all that reflection.
There it goes.
Okay, so that's Lola. Hi, Lola. What we're going to do is we're going to change the palette. Oh, nope. Stay there, girl. Go back. You're on live. I need to show the people something. All right, so we're going to change the palette. That was like white hot. Now that is black hot.
That's so cool.
Sorry, this is really hard to do. Looks like a demon dog.
Oh.
There's the red hot. So that's really cool. This sucks. It's not. Here, let's show you Callaway back there.
Oh, yeah.
That little dude generates a lot of freaking heat.
That's awesome.
So go back to the palette. You got the multicolor. You got the white hot, black hot. I'm sorry, the white hot and the gray hot, and then that's the black hot.
Okay.
And then
That's
the red
awesome.
hot. You can change your reticle to multiple different things. It's got 2 modes of battery, which I found really, really cool. So let me get my camera set back up here. So maybe I can like this too. Yeah. Okay, we tried, guys. But yeah, you can change reticle. It's got like 6 different reticles you can choose from. You can change your battery from 3 volts to 3.7 volts. I think that gives you like a little bit more maybe reading depth, if that makes sense, on the thermal.
Yeah.
If you use a higher battery, I can't really figure out what the difference is other than battery life. To keep it on the 3.7, a CR123 brand new drains very, very quick. It's all right. It's all right. If you keep it on the 3.0, it's not too bad. So battery life in general is not really, really great, but I would say as long as you keep these, 4 or 5 on you for a weekend trip, you would probably be okay, or start getting some rechargeable ones and see how they work in here.
Nice.
The only downside I can find, it's also got a built-in laser, and it is actually holding 0 on a 22.
Really?
So I'm assuming as expensive as this optic is, it should hold 0 on anything else too.
I would hope so.
But pretty cool, man. It was, once I figured it out, it was pretty easy to zero. It might even have multiple zeros that you can save in this thing.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
if you were moving around on different guns, I'm assuming you could have like one set up for each. That's already pretty dang close. Lastly, the only thing I don't like is the fact that it won't record. Unless I'm doing something wrong on here that I haven't figured out, I do not see a recording option on this thing. So I've had to like use the phone and use the camera behind it the entire time, which is kind of weird. Just like that, trying to use the camera to use it, you've got multi-focus issues, and just doesn't really give you the whole, I guess, the whole feel for it of what I'm actually seeing. Because I took this out to the weekend. We were out in the middle of nowhere, man. We saw deer. I kid you not, it's probably 150 yards from the cabin. Just
wow.
Clear as day walking in. And then these have a really good zoom feature on it too. There's like 5 zooms. So
Okay.
2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Actually, okay, 4 zooms. 1, 2, 3, or 4 zoom.
Okay. What do those things run? Are they like $1,500, $1,800, something like that?
You're right, about right there. So retail was about 2,200, and then we were just at Smoky Mountain yesterday, and they actually had the same exact one for 1,749, brand new.
Okay.
So not bad. Looks like we can find them pretty decent. I think I'm sold on a thermal now. So like
Nice.
pretty. The only reason I'm holding off on the Arkin right now is I'm really considering putting a thermal on that thing.
You can get. I'm trying to remember. Like, is it ATN that makes a thermal?
Yeah, what was that company we saw down in Georgia last time?
It's got a real generic name, like Bobby Scopes or like something like real, something really generic.
Market it. That was the only option it's missing for sure.
I don't remember what the name of that. Dang it.
Excuse me, guys.
I don't remember what it was.
I'm not gonna lie, Zach. That's pretty cool if we held the same exact one that Flannel Daddy had. Yeah, X Vision is the company, and let me here. I can actually tell you the exact site.
I don't remember what the name of that.
The XVT. So $24.99 is what retail is.
Okay, dang.
Don't ever buy retail, folks.
No, definitely not. Or above retail off Gunbroker. I cannot remember the name of that company, dude. It's going to drive me nuts.
Oh, the one from the event?
Yeah, because it was something really like really generic and really like to the point.
Yeah, it was like they were right next to DigiTrigger.
Yeah.
And yep. I feel like it was like Accutech, but that's not it.
No. Oh, I cannot remember who it was, what it was.
No way. Is this a thermal red dot?
Looks like it. It's got like the EOTech reticle in it. Dude, I don't. It's gonna drive me nuts all night until I figure it out.
I don't think that's a thermal. I think I just accidentally clicked on something else.
It really is.
Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. Get you a pick rail on the bottom. Just hook it up to the little grip.
Well, I mean, if you're just using it to like look around, look through it, I mean, yeah, I guess that wouldn't be a.
Dude, if I'm spending that much, it better be freaking mountable.
Oh, for sure.
Like that's where my dilemma is right now. Like I have night vision, so do I get a handheld thermal for now, or do I get a thermal optic and put the thermal optic on a dedicated rifle? Because I would almost start focusing more on like really proprietary that AR-10. So like the optic would never leave it, the suppressor would never leave it. You know, kind of like that type of setup. But it wouldn't. I doubt it would be this optic. You know, I'd probably go more with something like this. Not if it don't record though. It's going to have a built-in recorder, which I know a lot of the ATNs do. But you also know that, ATN is kind of bottom of the barrel when it comes to this stuff. Like, what's another one?
Right.
Uh,
Um.
Night Vision guys make a bunch of thermals, I think.
Yeah. Hmm. Um. I think I want to say though with the ATN ones, like yeah, they're towards the bottom of the barrel, but that's why a lot of people sell them because you can get them for like $1,000 or something like that. They're not
Well, hell, there's
insanely.
there's an ATN right there, and that's $4,200.
Yeah, but that's a four to what is that a 4 to 40?
Yep.
Hmm.
Hey, buy this $4,000 optic. Here's $25 off.
Yeah,
Yay!
dude, that happened to me. I was looking at getting a new sandblaster the other day, and like when companies when you start browsing their site, after a couple of days, you'll get some type of an email or something with a coupon or something. It's like, come
Oh
back
yeah.
now and save big. And I was like, oh, okay, let's see what this is. $25. I'm like, okay, cool.
Was that company you were trying to think of iRay? No, but I did think that this optic I had in my hand was iRay for a while.
No, I wanted to say it started with like a T or something like that. I don't remember
What
who it
was their
was.
name?
It's gonna drive me insane. I have to find my shirt. It's probably on the back of there somewhere.
Oh, that's true. Thermal scopes. Because theirs was an actual scope, right?
Yeah, and and that's the other thing. They have actual scopes as well.
One
Um,
ATN, one
yeah,
FLIR.
they have just regular scopes, but then it was the digital one. And the one thing I thought was weird with the digital one was you had two different zoom levels built in, like you just adjusted your eye up a little bit to where you could see
And it
like
had
the
that
second
second
screen.
screen in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing was freaking sweet.
And they weren't insanely expensive. I want to say they were in that like $1,000 to $1,200 range. They
Yeah,
weren't.
especially that they were talking about that budget one they were coming out with.
Yep. Yeah. They weren't too expensive and they were good quality. I mean, I think their actual just their regular optics. I want to say their regular optics were on the more budget friendly side. And again, I thought that they were good. I didn't have any complaints about them. I mean, we were using them on that one bolt gun they had out there, the Bergera, and had some other stuff out there. And I mean, they held zero being
She's
shot all day long. So, I mean,
look at that one. Oh crap!
the
Yeah,
Trigicon.
yeah, the Reap or whatever.
Oh, dang.
Isn't that nuts?
8 grand.
I just want to see if that's on RSR because Trigicon
Uh,
is, isn't it?
I know Trigicon is, yeah. I don't know about that particular one.
Holy cow! It is,
Is it really?
and in stock.
Dude, that's insane.
So I mean, it's so. I wonder what the difference between the 35 millimeter and the 24 millimeter is. Is that just
Just
the
that'd be just the objective size.
okay?
See, that could make a huge difference in cost, though, for that kind of technology. I can imagine that might make a pretty substantial difference in price.
Oh yeah. What would that be under on RSR? It would just be under scopes
Yeah, if you go to the scopes, I don't know if there's a filter for thermal or not.
or optics, I guess.
Yeah, it's in the optics category.
Category, optics, subcategory. There we go. Night vision and thermal optics. Boom. Dang, they even got a 60 millimeter one.
Whew, I bet you that one's really expensive. What's
Oh, hey, here's some decent ones. These ATN X sights aren't too bad.
yeah, those were the ones that immediately came to mind when we were talking about the ATN ones.
And then the doors aren't horrible compared to, what the other ones were. Dang, there's a
No.
whole bunch of different ones of those. Burris has a decent one, it looks like.
Okay, I've never used the Burris ones.
Pulsar.
I've heard of those.
None of these are the ones we were thinking of, though.
No. I don't think they're on the one. I don't think they're that one company that.
Speaking of, Mike wanted me to take a picture of this Sig Echo for him because he was thinking about getting one of those. So Sig makes a thermal.
Really?
Yeah. Sig Echo 3 thermal reflex sight.
Hmm. AccuFire.
AccuFire. How'd you figure that out?
I was just sitting here like I know it's something just really simple.
I thought it was Accu something.
Yep. AccuFire.
Yeah, the Insidious.
Yep.
Available on back order.
But then they have because it was a night vision scope, not a thermal. The Noctis TR1 is what we were looking at. That's what we use that on that. I don't remember what it was mounted on, but
What was that one?
this was the one that had the two different screens built in or whatever. I'm pretty sure that was this one.
Oh, see, I thought that was the thermal, the compact thermal.
Was it? I
Here,
don't remember then.
let me go back. Let me
Because
click
I
on
remember
there.
it wasn't very expensive, and this one, I mean, retails $10.50. No, because the one that I'm thinking of wasn't a thermal; it was just a night vision. Because you could use it during the day too.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was thermal wise because I remember looking at how hot the car was.
Oh, well, maybe I could. I'm not.
Hold on just a second. Maybe it
I
is
don't.
the Noctis V.
I remember it being the. I remember it being like a. It looked like a regular scope. The one that I'm remembering. Hmm,
Dude, I might have to try that motherfucker out.
that's pretty cool.
They got it on a scar.
It's got to hold. It's got to hold some kind of zero. I mean,
Maybe this would be the one to try out for the 308. They're gonna show
the
us in a
video
picture.
on the TR1 isn't doesn't have any of the like showing the reticle or anything like that.
Uh-uh.
Includes a smart rangefinder, color correction, auto ballistics, intuitive menu, recording and streaming options.
Where are you seeing this at?
That's on the TR, that one. Yep, right there.
Huh.
I was hoping they'd have something in their video showing like the reticle or you know what I mean. something like that. But
I mean, that was definitely them, right?
it was definitely them.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not sure. Me getting the money to buy a thermal optic just isn't going to happen. I'm still trying to get decent optics on my guns, man. It's never ending. Once you get something done, it's like you find something else. I got night vision. Now I want thermal because I got to play with thermal for the last few weeks. Like it just stay away from stuff, and then you won't want it. Unfortunately, I keep getting stuff given to me to do videos on, and it's like costing me every bit of money I got because I want to get it all.
Yeah, it's like now you want it now that you've had it, and
Yeah, I feel like there was another one, but maybe I'm mistaken because.
I don't know.
But no, that was definitely the company that was at Iraq Veterans.
Yeah, because they make regular rifle scopes as well, and they're more on like the budget friendly side, if I'm remembering. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
You should contact them and see if you can become a dealer.
Well, they were interested. I mean, from that event, they were wanting to get set up, and it wasn't anything like I've already got plenty of optics companies that I already sell, and getting into the thermal or night vision scopes was never really something that people have asked for. So,
But now it is.
but now it is.
All right. What was that? It was called the what? The Insidious.
The night vision one. Oh no, the thermal one. Yeah, Incendus.
I'm gonna look up a YouTube video on it. Insidious.
The other one, the night vision one, was the Noctis, which is just a goofy name. See, but this is the kind of stuff that would be great if you're hog hunting or stuff like that. Like, this would be the stuff that is definitely I guess it's not needed, but it's very beneficial.
Yeah. Oh, see, he just hooks his right up in front of his optic.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But see, that doesn't look anywhere near as clear as what that one looked like that we had out there. Because you remember how much that car was glowing and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is still good, don't get me wrong, but I just remember being blown away by whatever optic we were looking at. Maybe it was just an optic that one of the other booths had on a gun.
Maybe.
Because you had OSS suppressors right there next to them too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
Does Night Force make thermals?
I don't know.
Huh. Oh, that's cool. He's got a target on his actual tree.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man. Well, let's see. Before we close it here, I feel like I had one other thing I wanted to discuss. I don't know. Oh, Sylvan Arms folder. Got one of those. They send us a couple to review.
The Gen 4s?
Do what?
Are they the Gen 4s?
Gen 4s, yep. So really slim line. They got rid of the gaps, supposedly. So that was one of the biggest complaints is there's kind of stuck back a little bit. You can never get it fully screwed into the back of your lower receiver. So they've actually listened. They've actually changed it. We're going to get this put on a build here in the next few weeks and start getting some videos out. As of right now, the code OP10 is back active on Sylvan Arms, so that'll save you 10% off of a folder. So I believe these are like in between the $160, $170 range, so save you about $15 or so. So definitely worth it.
What gen did you currently have? I know you've got a few of them, but what gen were those?
I think I had the Gen 2 on.
Okay.
on my old ones.
That's what I thought you had, but I wasn't sure.
Now I might have had a Gen 3 thrown in there toward the end because I did get like 4 of them right
Okay.
after that first video we did. But never really like paid attention to the differences between Gen 2 and Gen 3. I think they were very, very subtle. I think it had to do with the actual, like the way the castle nut was in there and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But
Nice.
yeah, I'm excited to get that thing on, get some more rounds downrange with that. Guys, if you want to help the channel, there's been actually quite a few people watching the live today, so appreciate you guys. We are working on more stuff for you, more discounts and more deals, giveaways, all that stuff. Another way to help us right now is to buy targets. Everybody needs shooting targets, so Shooting Targets USA. Every little bit helps. They give us a kickback if you buy stuff. Use code OPI25. And if you go to our Instagram, in my Linktree link in my bio, their link is up at the top, and that's already got my referral link and everything attached to it. So we're going to be dropping a little scam code thing and putting that in the email here soon and everything. So if you're signed up on the email list, you will get an email about it. But cool targets, saving you 25% because that stuff's expensive and definitely worth it. So
yeah, it is. That 25% really helps, cover a lot of the shipping. I mean, shipping on that stuff's expensive because you're talking about shipping tons of pounds of metal.
Yeah.
Shipping is expensive, so saving 25% really, really helps lighten that.
Get you more steel to plink.
Yep, that's right.
More Charlies in the woods.
And it's good stuff. It's good quality stuff too. I mean, we shot the shit out of it last month, and it held up way more than. I mean, I was a little bit skeptical going into it, but
man, that couldn't have been a better torture test day for them. That's for sure.
yeah, those things got beat up, but they held up just fine. I mean,
they did. We're going to see how much more they hold up tomorrow because me and Mr. Big Kid are going to the range to shoot this bad 350 Legend here. So
nice.
This thing it even looks big on camera, man.
Like I said, man, if you end up keeping that, I've got a wicked awesome Cerakote job that needs to go on it.
All right. I feel all the power in the world rests in this hand.
I can't see. That's the thing, though. I can't imagine it recoils more than like the 500 Smith & Wesson or anything like that.
No way. It's got to be less than the 44 too, I think. But
maybe about the same. Like worst case scenario. I mean,
I don't know. All I know is I've got 200 rounds, and so does Mr. Big Kid. And I can guarantee you that I don't get more than 50 through this thing tomorrow before my hand is like, no more.
Is that a 6-shot or a 5-shot?
It's a 7-shot.
7-shot.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to try to freaking speed one too.
Do it.
I'm going to try to do a build drill with it. Let's see how that works. And then we're going to get some really close up shots of the steel being hit too with it.
Nice.
So, yeah, my guess would be something like that on an Anaconda. This is totally an Anaconda gun for sure.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
But
that's awesome.
350 Legend video coming soon. We got a couple other ones. Of course, the Prodigy. We've already got that video out. Be working on this Mid 2 frame. I also have the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. We got this one in 30 Super Carry. So
okay, that's their newer round, right?
That is. So if you remember, we did the Easy Shield review in 30 Super Carry, but we only had ballistic rounds. So we only got a few, and we were not able to really put a true torture test down through that gun. So we actually have 500 rounds of plinking 30 Super Carry. We're going to run this one through its paces. So
nice.
Charles is excited because he's got a shield at home, and it'll probably fit all of his holsters and stuff.
Sweet. That's awesome. I like that.
It always lucks out somehow.
That's cool.
And then the new FN. This thing is pretty cool. I hated the full-size edge because it just had a lot of issues with it. But this thing does feel cool, but it does look exactly like a smaller full-size Edge. So we will see if this thing actually holds up to the torture and doesn't like go dead trigger on us like that other one did.
Yeah, how's the trigger feel in that one?
This one's a lot better.
Okay.
No slack. Very little reset. The only thing that makes me nervous is, can you see this?
Probably because they've got that like quick attach. You know, it's not threaded on there.
No. Excuse me, guys. Trying to get over a little cold I had over the weekend. But Gold Barrel, which was kind of different, decent sight, other than I hate this freaking Field Go sight that they have on the rear.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that. Just a lot going on, and it's like harder to pick up your sight because you like my eye wants to naturally try to get the red or the front sight through like the side gap here.
Yep.
So my eye goes boom, and then I have to bring it back over.
Yeah, that's no good.
No.
That's no good.
But yeah, guys, that's all we got. More lives coming. Just trying to get back in the routine of things. I've got vacation coming up here in a couple of weeks. Jay is recovering from a arm surgery, but we are still doing what we can and a lot more on the way. So are you going to Iraq veteran or are you not?
Nope, I'm not. I'm staying home.
Well, Charles will be down there on our behalf. He'll be bringing a lot of content. If you guys are going, we will miss you this year, but we hope to see you guys soon. And other than that, be on the lookout. I've got a lot of videos coming out. Lifeguard 22 is coming out next. It is a good one.
Nice. Awesome.
The backup you never knew you needed.
Hell yeah.
All right. Stay alert. Stay alive.
Let freedom ring.
Love y'all. Have a good night.
See ya.